This week we're going to talk about why recessed lighting is killing the atmosphere in your home. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Maria Killam, and it is my joy in life and my goal to help you love your house forever by using color the right way. If you've been following me for a long time, you will know how obsessed I am with lamps and getting rid of light fixtures that make your eyes squint. And I have a lamp module that will teach you all you need to know about adding lamps to your home, because by the time you're finished watching this, you're gonna wanna go out and buy some lamps, and you should, because they're amazing. Look at the difference in my home, before lamps, after lamps. Huge. When I saw this room, I thought, I think she needs a new dining room set. Because everything was glass and chrome and hard edges. The art was haphazardly placed, and it just needed softness, it needed atmosphere. And in this room, I struggled with where to put the lamps, because you can't really put it here. We created with their art boxes this great little like white light floating moment. And then over here, we moved another piece of art they had into the corner from the window, because in the window it kind of disappeared and died. There it is, this chrome piece sitting again in front of glass. So moving it here, now you can see it because we've got the contrast against the paint color, right? So then we brought in a rug. We also had this piece. And I mean, this dining room is basically an exercise in high and low, because these pieces were $249 for the pair, and I'm not sure what this was, but I'm sure it was a lot more. But that just creates this great little, like the room now looks finished, where before it had no color in it except for the walls. And then what I did was I gathered all their coffee table books and created this kind of rainbow moment, because we found this from HomeSense, Flower of Life, and it had all this beautiful kaleidoscope of colors into it. So then I repeated that here, and then I added these two fabulous lamps from HomeSense. And look at how the room feels at night. It's just spectacular. Now, I'm not fussed about the quartz, okay? But if you are, you can buy rechargeable light bulbs, and they work great from Amazon. I'll post that link below. I don't want to manage that. That's just me, because having the lamps on while you're at home, walking through the house, you get to appreciate and admire your beautiful dining room or whatever room you have. Every time you walk by, it's just kind of like, oh, it's kind of like in my old bedroom. The first thing I did was put a lamp on in my dark north-facing corner of my room, because every time I walked in there, it was just so soft and beautiful, the lighting. Otherwise, you're just walking into these dark corners and walking by these, black rooms at night. And that is what happens with recessed lighting, because nobody puts on their overheads in a room they're not in, right? I mean, look at how this room looks with just the overheads on. Bleak and sad. So I would keep the cord personally, right? If you're gonna have a whole room full of people for dinner, you're not going to have the lamps on the table necessarily anyway, because they're going to be in the way, because they're just a little bit high. I also added a kaleidoscope of books here. So now we have another sort of art, kind of blue, pink. It's like the color wheel really is happening here. So that's how the color got repeated in here. You can be creative. Not everything has to be just like one color or two colors. But what I love about this room is that it's all really calm and quiet and neutral and white. And then we've added the color through the books and her beautiful art pieces. And just in case you're wondering, I can also style up modern. Styling for me, it's kind of like a puzzle, because I've been doing it for so long. It's like a game. So here's the bottom line about recessed lighting, you guys. If you're building a new house, other than perhaps some well-placed art lights, recessed lighting is great in your kitchen where you need that kind of task lighting. Do you need to fill your house with 150 pot lights? I'm not really sure that you do. I only turn the ones that I have on in my house when I'm looking for my contacts. Because there is no console with a pair of lamps. That's why we could introduce the 2 lamps on the table, right? If you already had a console with 2 lamps, then that's too much. But that's why this room was just transformed with these fabulous faceted crystal lamps. So lamps, y'all, you need them. You need to have them. Here's the other thing I did. All the dining chairs were around the table, okay? So here's what I would suggest that you do to make your space feel more inviting. Take out that leaf that you only need when a huge group of people come over, your family for Christmas. Take it out, pull out 2 chairs. Now this didn't have a leaf, but all the chairs were around the table anyway, but pull 2 chairs out. Give them some room to breathe. See how I've pulled them out? They're on an angle here on both sides. We've got this pulled out. It makes it feel really inviting. And then I've just tucked them here into the corner. So now what we have is a great little spot to have your morning coffee, because this is where the east-facing sun just bathes this room with beautiful natural light. So give your furniture some breathing room and you will love your dining room.